Fee Russell, who also designed the set for Treasure Island. She sort of keeps us in check backstage and makes our costumes and props like organized so we know where to go and pick them up and put them on.
So you say like the physical comedy side has got elements kind of which seem to me go way back, in sort of in time, but at the same time you've got this kind of 80s vibes of Fawlty Towers and Monty Python. I'm not sure
Yeah.
1980s or 1960s, but yeah. So you're kind of spanning all eras, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're influenced by so many different things, like in terms of pop culture and theatre and like everything really, like books and films and music and everything kind of plays its part into kind of influencing us when we're writing the shows, when we're coming up with the ideas, when we're devising in the rehearsal room. So yeah, Fawlty Towers, Monty Python, kind of Blackadder, The Young Ones, French and Saunders, Father Ted, all that. We were all born in the 80s. And so in the 90s, the early 2000s, we sort of grew up watching those shows on TV. And so when we met at university, we did a great physical theatre module. We did a really, really fun clowning module. And we loved that. So when we graduated and formed the company in its very early days, we thought, let's just kind of base the company on that style of work and take all those influences. And then we kind of, it's evolved over the last 15, 16, 17 years or however long we've been together. But it's evolved into what you see on stage now through a long process of discovery along the way as well.
Do you know of many other like physical comedy theatre companies, out of curiosity?
Around there are like I can't think off the top of my head of any artist-led physical comedy companies, which means that the directors of the company are also the ones who write, produce, kind of do everything. We do all really ourselves. A lot of them are producer-led, and then they get actors in to do the roles, and then they have a writer, and then they have a separate director and things like that. But we, at this scale of theatre, where we're touring around this style of theatre, like the Royal, but around the country, I can't think of any off the top of my head. There's obviously the big West End names like Mischief Theatre of the play that goes wrong and that style, which we've been compared to sometimes in reviews, and it's a similar sort of vibe to that. It's kind of very silly, on the nose, nonsense at its heart, a load of fun, really.
Now, being physical, things don't always go to plan. And, what's been like the dumbest, most injury that you've had? Has anything gone wrong?
Yeah, well, actually, funny you should say that. It's just we were at the Salisbury Playhouse just this weekend gone, and I actually fell off the front of the stage,
Did you?
straight down into the audience. Not on the audience, luckily, but very near the audience.
How did that come
um,
about?
yeah, it's actually in Treasure Island. I won't give any spoilers away, but there's a bit right at the end of the first half where I have to jump off something, and as I'm in midair, there's a snap blackout, so all the lights go off, and then there's a big sound effect and bit of music to play out the end of Act One, and then the lights would normally come back up, and I've disappeared, and then it's the interval, and everyone goes and has their drinks and ice cream, and except I jumped, the lights went out as normal, and then I was just totally disorientated as to where I was and where the wings were, where my exit was off the stage. I couldn't see a thing. It was like pitch black. And I just thought I was heading off in the right direction. And I just stepped straight off the front of the stage and ended up in a heap on the floor
Did you hurt yourself?
and out. And then the house lights came up, and I was just there scrambling on the floor, trying to climb back on the stage.
I bet
And the
people
audience,
weren't
the
sure if
audience
it was supposed to happen, right?
exactly. The audience sort of laughed and also kind of made a oh sound as if I'd hurt myself. Luckily, I
Like,
wasn't. Thankfully, I didn't injure myself, but just my pride was knocked a bit.
and did anything else like unexpected happen recently?
Uh, yes, actually, there was like the great thing about this style of work and the style of comedy that we do that if things go wrong, it's sort of fine, it's okay. Almost adds to the performance. So another example in Treasure Island, Matt, one of the actors, plays a mermaid who we've
Does
written
he
in
wear
with.
white shorts, I hear through the grapevine?
He does. There's another character. Yes, he also plays a sailor called Blue Peter. So, and he has very small white shorts.
It is a family show.
It is a family show. It is a family show, but he likes to toe the line across the stage in this scene. He was the mermaid with this bright orange fin flapping about. And I meant to drag him across the deck of the ship in this one scene. And I accidentally dragged him a little bit too much. And he sort of just flopped off the side of the stage. And he was there, and both of us laughed, just realized I'd done it too extreme almost. And then he was sort of scrambling back with his fin flapping on the ground to try and get back up onto the deck of the bit of set, which is the ship. And the audience realized that obviously that wasn't meant to happen. So then they were laughing, and then we were laughing, and then we finally managed to compose ourselves when he'd got back to his position where he was meant to be. And then we sort of carried on. But it's quite hard sometimes to kind of regain your composure when something goes wrong.
Yeah, so you're coming to the Royal Derngate. Oh no, so you go touring all around the UK, and you've obviously been touring internationally. You have fans that kind of follow you around sometimes. Um,
Yeah, exactly. It was amazing. Yeah, I mean, they come to like we're based in Exeter, and we write and co-produce and are also in the Exeter Northcote Theatre Panto every year at Christmas time. And it's amazing when you meet people in the bar afterwards and they say, "Oh yeah, we've driven all the way down from York, or we've come from Manchester or Birmingham, or we're here from Colchester." And it's a really humbling, really, because you think these people have made a weekend away to Exeter to come and stay for the weekend, and we are the reason why they've come down because they've seen us in their local theatre when we're on tour. And obviously the Panto doesn't tour, so it's the only place you can see that show at that time. So people make a journey, and it always amazes me how far people come to see our work, which is, yeah, really humbling.
it's targeted. I could say targeted. It sounds a bit attacking. It's aimed at people of all ages. Your grandma, granddad, mum, dad, kids can all come and see
Absolutely.
it. There's a bit for everyone, right?
There is literally something for everyone. I mean, that's the great thing about I love standing on the stage performing and seeing a full audience of multi generations of people all laughing at the same thing. There is literally something in there for everyone. So whether you're 4 or 104, like come along and just
That's quite
just
old.
escape the outside world for a couple of hours and
Yeah.
just sit down and just be entertained and be transported to a world of like lunacy,
Oh,
really.
well, love that. A world of lunacy. That sounds like my kind of my world.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You got your cat in the background.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's joined me on the sofa for this Zoom interview.
I love cats. Brilliant. Okay, well, thanks very much for joining me, Nick, and look forward
Thank you
to
for
seeing
having
the
me.
show. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you very much. Right. Okay, let me. Okay, that one did record because I can see it's still
Amazing.
recording. I'm so sorry about that. I was thinking,
No, no,
shall I phone him back? Shall I not phone him back? Will he do it? Will he be like, you idiot?
all good. No, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Yeah, I'd rather do it again and get it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. And thank you so much for your patience. Right.
All
And now I've
good.
got it. Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Cheers, Sarah.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye. Bye.